Hi guys, thanks for tuning in. Today I have a project bookshelf video for you. I know that I skipped my project bookshelf for September. I meant to do one as a combination for September and October, but before I knew it, September was gone and it was already October. So I'm doing October's edition, and then I will do another one in November, hopefully, and I'll be all caught up. Now, my August project bookshelf, I finished up the Girl with a Dragon Tattoo trilogy, which, if you haven't read it, is very, very good and suspenseful, and I would highly recommend it. However, the only thing I will say about that is, if you are disturbed by violence against women, and I mean, I know we're all disturbed by violence against women, but I mean, if you really, really have an issue with violence against women, these books are not for you. They're quite graphic. There's a lot of sexual abuse and murder, you know, a lot of times where women are the victims, and it's quite graphic. So if you haven't read those and you're interested in them, that's something that you should take into account before you start reading them, because you might be pretty appalled by some of the content. And then I also finished, what was my other August? I can't remember now. I know I had the Max Factor book, and I still haven't finished that one, so I'm not sure. And then I had another book, which I can't remember for the life of me what it was. But anyways, I did finish that. Wait, that's crazy. Oh, Summer of Night by Dan Simmons. That's what it was. It was my reread. And I finished that, and I thoroughly enjoyed reading it again for the second time. I absolutely loved it. And if you love horror, and October is a great month for horror, then I would highly recommend that one, Summer of Night by Dan Simmons. Very good. So in September, I only read one book, if you can believe that, just one, and I will show it to you guys. It's the first one in the Abby Cooper Psychic Eye series. They're the Psychic Eye Mysteries by Victoria Laurie, and they're kind of like cozy mysteries. I mean, there is murder in them, but they're not too much. They're not too intense. It's definitely more on the fluffy, cozy side. They're about a private investigator named Abigail who, I'm sorry, she's not a private investigator. She's a psychic, and she does readings for people and stuff like that, and unwittingly becomes involved with this case and helps the police in a murder case. So this is the first in a series, and I actually have quite a few of these. I just hadn't read the first one, so I thought, okay, if I'm ever going to read the rest of them, I need to read the first one. So, and the reason why I was drawn to these in the first place is because they are local. They take place in Royal Oak, Michigan, which is a suburb of Detroit. The entire series, as far as I know, takes place there. And also, like, they talk about going down to Toledo and stuff like that. And this is all in my area. So I like reading stuff that's familiar to me, you know, as far as like locally. So I did enjoy that, and I'm looking forward to reading the rest of the series. So that's that. I set it right up there. Okay, so now for October, I decided that I wanted to read some scary stuff because it is the month of Halloween, but I also was really intrigued. I know everyone's seen the movie Gone Girl right now. It's very popular. I think it was like the #1 movie last weekend, and I didn't realize that first of all, I didn't realize it had been a book first, and I didn't realize also that it was by Gillian Flynn, and I read Sharp Objects by her, and I really, really liked that. So I picked up the book the other day when I was out with my husband at the store. So I picked up Gone Girl. And what's funny about this is this is the first time I think I've ever bought a book that the cover of it is from the movie, because you can tell it's got Ben Affleck on the cover of it. And usually I have like a big aversion to buying books that have the movie, like an image from the movie on the cover, or the actors. I don't know what it is about me. Usually I read the book way before the movie comes out. I mean, in some cases years before the movie comes out. So for me to be reading a book at the same time the movie is out is really unusual. I don't think I've ever done that I can remember. And in fact, I might even go see the movie before I read the book. I don't know if we'll see it like this week or next week or whatever, but it is on my list to read for October. So the next one I showed in a video that was for my Scarefest haul. This one is called Detroit Macabre, and it's a book of ghost stories, 13 original horror stories, all set in Detroit. So I'm excited to try that, just because I like, you know, like local stuff and everything. So I'm gonna give that a try. And then the other one, I just kind of stumbled onto. I don't know if I mentioned before that my husband has a used book business, and I was going through through some of his stuff the other day. He had pulled out some books that were like Halloween themed, and I saw this one and I picked it up and I started reading it, like skimming through it. It's called Death Makes a Holiday, A Cultural History of Halloween, and that's by David J. Skal, I guess. And it's just basically it's all about the evolution of Halloween in the United States. So it doesn't go like a lot into like the pagan ritual and the history and symbolism of Halloween. It's more Halloween in the United States. It has to do with like how Halloween has become like, next to Christmas, the biggest selling holiday for, for retail, the movie industry, urban legends surrounding Halloween and stuff like that. And I was really, I just picked it up and I just started reading it. Before you knew it, I was really into it. So I'm definitely wanting to finish that one. So those are my 3 books for my month of October and my project bookshelf. And let me know what you guys are reading right now. I'm anxious to hear anything or take suggestions always. If you guys are into any kind of horror, paranormal, romance, urban fantasy, anything like that, or just books in general that you think are really good, let me know. Post them below and we can discuss, because I'm always open for suggestions and looking for new stuff to read. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I appreciate it, and have a good day.